We are at the house that we refer to as Oak Knoll. It's a particular part of the Napa Valley. We're very fortunate to get to work here. It's centrally located in a vineyard, an existing vineyard. It represents several years of a relationship with a family, creating a collaboration. They had the vineyard and they wanted something that felt like it belonged, and it wasn't imposing itself. It was really a celebration of a particular place. Everywhere you look, this house is intended to direct your attention to the setting in a different way. The patterns of windows, the way the doors open, different times of the day, your experience changes. As you move around in this house, you will see the vineyard in completely different ways. We intended to make the house really to be a celebration of the vernacular architecture that you see in the valley, but also create a modern interpretation of agrarian structures that you see driving on backcountry roads. So it has modern principles built into it, and the stylistic references in the house are intended to draw from vintage structures, maybe even hand-built structures by farmers or vintners themselves. We feel that's a way to keep the house really rooted, again, back in the reality of Napa Valley. One thing that stands out about this house, and I think anyone who's here would agree, this is about inside and out, that relationship. You hear that terminology, you hear people say that. This one truly is about bringing the outdoors in. Walking across a door threshold here doesn't change that much because you're inside and it already feels like you're connected to the landscape. This house, as much as any that I've ever done, is characterized by the experience of the great room. 26 feet high, it's enormous, the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen beyond, and then the freestanding wine room beyond. We feel like it's the way that people want to live in this type of environment with as few walls as possible. One of the most special rooms is the family retreat upstairs. You walk in and you've got floor to ceiling glass with really dramatic window patterns to frame the view in a different way. And again, to accentuate the experience, and each pane of glass that you walk by, it frames like paintings, it frames the view beyond in a way that we're very pleased how it came out. What makes this house, I think, as successful as it is our relationship with the landscape architects. We worked with Dave and Nancy Roche, who are some of the most renowned landscape architects in Napa Valley, and it represents a very healthy amount of time to develop the different experiences. There is a 2-bedroom guest house with a large breezeway in between. The idea being you have outdoor living space for your guests to have their own activities throughout the day. It has an outdoor kitchen, it has wet bar, and TV and dining spaces, and a play yard beyond. So you could have extended family and people are spread out in a way that feels very relaxed. One of the things that we really like to provide for our clients is a kitchen that feels successful in every way possible. We usually heavily rely on a kitchen that has a pass-through window to the backyard. If you live in a place where indoor-outdoor living is that important, usually food, refreshments, meals, being able to serve through a large opening pass-through window is critical. And that's what we've really provided here. Truly, the features of this house represent years of hard work and experience. The interior stairs, placing them towards the front window wall, was a conscious decision to create a set of stairs that were, yes, modern, but not cold and maybe off-putting, as some might be. We wanted the stairs to feel warm. There are contrasting spaces. Yes, the main great room is immense. It has a certain mood, but then as you move around, the daylight has changed, the angle of the sun has changed, the outdoor breezes have changed, the colors that are being reflected into the house from the vineyards, it changes. So there's really nothing static about this house. It is as dynamic as any house I think I've ever created.